Hello and welcome to the next module of Traffic Masters Academy. My name is Adam Holland and I'm going to be going over pay-per-click marketing, Bing, Yahoo, Google, and beyond. And first, let me tell you why I am so excited to go through this training with you. This training has allowed my students to go from zero, literally starting from no traffic whatsoever, to over 50 leads per day. I've actually had students go from clueless, not knowing anything about marketing, to over $5,000 per month, and I've had some more experienced marketers now that are over $10,000 and $20,000 per month in their business because of not just these traffic strategies, but the overall traffic mindset that I'm going to be discussing today. And I've actually had students more than triple their small business. I had one student in particular that was doing around $80,000 per year in his construction management company that did over $270,000, I believe it was, the next year just by implementing some of these traffic strategies. So jumping into just some more quick results here, just so you know what kind of traffic we're talking about here. This is just one of the campaigns that we've put together where we had an ad spend of $83 and got almost 1,500 clicks to this offer, so around 6 cents per click. And we've also had other campaigns where we've done 2,300 clicks, averaging around 9 cents per click. So not only are we talking high quality traffic, we're also talking very affordable traffic as well. So low cost per click equals low cost per lead, typically speaking, and I'm going to show you exactly how we did that. So what you're going to learn here today, the right way to approach keyword and market research, which is finding your niche and your target market and in the marketplace and being able to target them with your ads. Next, how to write effective ads that just don't get seen, they get clicks. They make you money and they don't lose money. Budgeting, starting small and then scaling big. And finally, optimization, knowing what to test and how. And the free software and tools that you can use to make creating your first campaigns cut and paste easy. And we'll also be going into, we'll be starting out and talking mostly about Bing in this training because that's where I suggest all my students to start out with, and then we'll move into AdWords as well. One point I wanted to make with you is traffic creates freedom. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about my background. My story is I was unemployed back in, I think it was 2008. Man, it seems like forever ago now. So I've been a full-time internet marketer for 6 years because I got kicked out of my job, and I said, you know what, this is my one chance to become an entrepreneur because I'm unemployed. It felt like no other choice at the time. I felt like I had backed myself into a corner, and I said, this is my shot. So I took it, and I never looked back. I've been so excited to be able to control my own lifestyle, control what my schedule is on a daily basis, and I was able to build a $20,000 per month business within my first year and have grown beyond that. I founded my partnership at GetRealMarketing.net with my business partner Eric Wilkes. We've generated over 2 million visitors and over $4 million in revenue for ourselves and for our clients as well. So traffic creates freedom. More visitors to a really good offer, it creates commissions for you. So you might be wondering, why search pay-per-click? Well, search traffic is by far the highest quality traffic you can get. And most other traffic sources are based off of what I call the curiosity factor. And that's like, oh, this kind of looks interesting, click, and they may or may not be into it, or like the offer, like how the capture page is, or they might not even care to put in their email, and most people would leave with the whole, I was just curious, but I wasn't serious. And that's not to say that marketing is bad, because I've gotten lots of different traffic sources to work based on the curiosity factor, and you definitely want them to be curious rather than not interested at all. But here's the thing, search traffic, by definition, means the person is actively searching for information on the terms you're advertising for, on the terms you're advertising on. So again, why Bing and not Google? Google AdWords is still a place to scale your business because of the massive amounts of high quality traffic available. However, it's crazy expensive. And I'm going to asterisk that here. I put a little asterisk in there why it's expensive. I don't really care to use the word expensive all too much. Yes, it's true that AdWords cost per click is going to be more than Bing cost per click pretty much across the board. So here's kind of the whole thought process behind this is I don't mind paying $1 per click with AdWords if I know that $1 per click is going to turn into $1.50 or $2. So it's not so much the cost per click. Don't get caught up on the whole cost per click. as long as you're making an ROI with your marketing, it doesn't really matter what your cost per click is. That's one way of thinking about it. However, when people are just getting started, let's say you have $100 or $1,000. Let's just keep it $1,000 to make the math easy for me. $1,000 for marketing. If you're going to pay AdWords $1 per click, let me do this in blue here. So AdWords, Google AdWords is $1 per click. That means you're going to be able to get 1,000 clicks. So that offer. Now, if you're using Bing, which I'll do in green, if you're using Bing and you can get that same highly targeted click for 10 cents, that means you can get 10,000 visitors to your site. So now, because you're getting 10 times the amount of traffic, and again, this is just hypothetical, but if you're getting 10 times the amount of traffic, you're going to be able to get typically 10 times the amount of leads and 10 times the amount of data. You're going to be able to figure out what capture pages, what headlines, what buttons, what calls to action, what benefit statements your visitors want and what converts better. I'd much rather get the data first and test on Bing at 10 cents per click or 20 cents per click rather than go right to AdWords and max out my budget a lot sooner. So that's the whole thought process and why at least the first, 90% of this training is going to talk about Bing because, again, a lot of these same concepts are going to transition over to what I go over for AdWords, but it's much more cost-effective to start out on Bing to test. Again, landing pages, copy, offers. That way you can get profitable and then move everything over to AdWords and scale your business after that. So the strategy. The click-by-click instructions are pretty simple. It's like tying your shoes. When you're in kindergarten, it might have been a little bit difficult doing it the first couple of times, but you did it enough times and it was pretty simple. Most things that I do in my my pay-per-click campaigns, they're cut and paste, honestly. It's pretty simple, and it only relies on a little bit of your own creative thought process, which honestly is essential as an entrepreneur. That's how you're going to be able to separate yourself from the competition. That's how you're going to be able to get higher opt-in rates on your landing pages, and that's how you're going to be able to get your ads seen. So that being said, the mindset behind this strategy is what is counterintuitive, but it's also the reason why it is so darn effective. So there's going to be, a little bit of click by click and writing ads in this training, but what I really want you to pay attention to and focus on is the mindset. And feel free to, again, go back, rewind parts of these videos and listen to a lot of the mindset sections as we go through these pay-per-click marketing videos. So some quick PPC terminology, some quick pay-per-click terminology. That probably should have been the first one on the list, is PPC, is pay-per-click. But I want to go over the terms so I'm not speaking Greek to you as I'm going over each of these different things. So a keyword, this is the term someone searches for. So I target those keywords and my ad is going to show up when someone searches for that keyword. So if I want to sell a flat screen TV, if somebody types in Sony flat screen TV, I want my ad to come up. Pretty simple. An impression is a view on your ad. So if our ad gets 1,000 impressions, that means our ad has been displayed 1,000 times. Click, obviously, is when someone clicks on your ad, and CPC is cost per click. Pretty simple there. CTR stands for click-through rate. That's how often someone clicks on your ads. So if I have 1,000 impressions and 10 people clicked, that is a 1% click-through rate. So that's one click per every 100 impressions is a 1% click-through rate, if that makes sense. An opt-in rate is the percentage of people who enter their email on your website. So if you are sending people to a capture page, if they click on the click on the ad and go to the capture page, if 10%, 10 out of 100 people opt in, that's a 10% opt-in rate. CPL is cost per lead. And then average position, that's where you are in the auction, the rankings of advertisers, first, second, third, etc. Now, let me see if I can draw here real quick. If you go to Google, and I'm going to try and squeeze this in here in this little space, so you might have to make this full screen. If you go to Google and you type in a search, the search bar is up here, and they've got some things over here, but they've got a section for paid ads here, and then on the side as well, and then all of the main results, the organic search rankings are listed down here. Now, where the paid ones are, generally you've got 1, 2, or 3 in this section up here, and then you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many ads are on the right-hand column, depending upon, what site you're on. Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, that's your average position. That's where we are in the rankings. And generally, the higher cost per click that you're bidding, the higher you are in the rankings, which is not necessarily a good thing, and you'll see why as we get into this training. So again, pay very close attention, because we're going to go over lots of different secrets for you to get lots of traffic for as minimum cost per click as possible. So this is the 6-step PPC formula in the 6 parts that we're going to be going over here within these 5 or so videos. Number 1 is research and keywords. And keyword research and market research we kind of do in one step, and we'll be going through the details of that very shortly. Next is writing ads. Part 3 is budgeting. 4 is tracking. 5 is uploading all the information, like the keywords and the ads and everything, to the ad network via the free software that I'm going to share with you. And then 6 is optimization. And just to kind of give you a little quick mindset or idea, all of this stuff in here is, once you get good at it and you try it a couple of times, should take you no longer than 3 to 5 hours max. And that's if you're doing a really, really big campaign. The whole idea is to get really good at these first 5 steps so that you can spend all of your time optimizing and optimizing and optimizing, and showing you some of these strategies. It shouldn't take you too much longer than 2 or 3 hours to do all of this stuff up front, and all the research and tedious stuff. So in the next video, we're going to go over the first part, which is research and keywords. So we'll see you then.